Then finding out that those people are homeless. This is what I'm talking about as far as these people being completely out of touch. Now I know she's auntie to a lot of you Negroes, but she's not auntie to me. I think that she's a buffoon that has been in her position for way too long. This is why they should have term limits for politicians, but that won't happen because that's how they make money. That's how she has been able to do what she's done and get away with certain things. And we're going to talk about that. I told y'all, these people are not your friends. These people don't care about your growth. They don't care about your community. They don't. They don't. And y'all listen to these people. You vote for them. Which is, it makes you all look like complete fools. So let's get the likes up. Make sure y'all share the stream. Let's see who's here early. Sydney, Heavy Metal, Gary, KMC, G-Mon, Renee, Charm, Sigma, Rodin, Wanda, B Friends, Gerald, Trill, Samurai, Treasure, LA, John Mark, Malik, what's up? Mox, you could just you can wait 30 minutes or an hour. Wait about an hour, then come back to the show. Then I should be live then. Wait about an hour after I go live and then come back. That's when you'll know when I'm here. Troy, Insomniac, what's up? We're going to talk about how putting these people in power, it only corrupts them. You can't be in power that long and not be corrupt. I'm sorry. All you got to do is look at her district. Look at the things that she says in the media. It's not productive to anything as far as advancing you. It really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ernest. But yeah, I just, these people are despicable. They really are. And they should be called out. But I noticed the activists on social media, they never have any smoke for these people. They never have any smoke for these people. We're going to get into it. Appreciate y'all being here. I want to talk about something real quick. Did any of you see the video clip of Jada Pinkett Smith laughing after Chris Rock got slapped? I was sent that clip, what was it, today? It was right around the time I was recording for my Tiffany Haddish video, right? And that didn't surprise me, but what was crazy is that we have that angle, which means that somebody who was at the Oscars, who had a good view, made sure to record her reaction. And I'm not surprised. There are people that are surprised that she would be laughing. I'm not, because that's just how dysfunctional she is. That's how dysfunctional she is. And you got all these people talking about, oh, I feel sorry for her. Oh, she's a victim. Like Tiffany Haddish. She's a victim, but she was laughing. She didn't need to be defending. I'm pretty sure Jada Pinkett has heard people call her worse names. But see, that's why all the criticism she's gotten, for the most part, the constructive criticism, has been very, I think, has been criticism that was warranted. And then you got these people that want to get on social media and act like she's a victim. Well, she was laughing in that clip, but y'all still want to believe what y'all want to believe. You want to believe this woman is a victim. You want to believe that this woman has that thin of a skin. She rolled her eyes, and I think Will Smith felt like, I need to defend her. I need to show that I am Richard Williams. Well, Richard Williams would never have to hop on stage and put his hands on nobody. You know, Richard Williams handled people like a man should. That's why he's respected, and that's why they did a movie about him. But if they were to do a movie about Will Smith, would they include him hopping on stage and slapping people, you know? Jada Pinkett Smith is not a victim. They want to push the victimhood narrative, which really doesn't make any sense because she's not a victim. Jada Pinkett Smith did what she wanted to do. And there are people who are sort of not wanting to include her in this discourse. They should include her because this is because of her. This all started with her. You know what I'm saying? This all started because of her feelings being hurt. And because her feelings was hurt, somebody had to pay the price. And Chris Rock did, but you know, maybe Chris Rock will do what a comedian do and make a joke out of it. We will see. We'll definitely see. But shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream too before we get into this video clip. The likes are free, people. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members, the people that support me every month on Patreon. We're going to talk about Maxine Waters, man. We're going to talk about a disaster that a lot of these melanated Democrats are. And I think we have every right to call them demons. We have every right to call them demoncrats because they are demoncrats. They are demoncrats. And I think this ties into Jada Pinkett Smith because, you know, Maxine Waters, I think, represents the modern woman of today. Just rude, out of pocket. They're corrupt, career-driven. Okay? You would think somebody Maxine Waters' age would retire and enjoy the latter parts of their life, but that's not her because power, these people want to be in power until they die. Retiring, not retiring. Retiring from what? That's their mindset. Their mindset is let's retire. Retire what? I'm not retiring. And that is why we have got to call out this BS. We have to. People like Maxine Waters have gotten away with destroying communities and getting funding for it, basically. All they have to do is virtue signal, and y'all are right there to vote for them. The Republicans are racist. They don't care about black people. But look at your communities. Look at what you've done to it. Look at how you haven't helped create jobs. It's a bunch of foreigners who are easily able to move into those communities, and they're able to conduct business. Why aren't you making it easier for black people? What happened to all the programs for the youngsters? What happened to, you know, we got all these programs for single mothers. What about the children? What about a lot of youth sports? You know, in some places, they don't even have youth sports to keep these people off the streets and not in any type of issues. Well, we're going to get into this video clip, and I'm going to get into the article. But y'all have got to see this video clip. Let's see. If I can bring it up. I want y'all to see this clip. This is how out of touch a lot of people like Maxine Waters is. This is why I don't believe in all that auntie BS. That ain't my auntie. My auntie wouldn't be this dysfunctional and crazy, half out of their mind. Probably doing coke. Probably. I'm not saying she does, but you know, you never know with these politicians. One of these politicians actually exposed the fact that these senators or congressmen be in DC doing all types of drugs and partying. It's crazy. Well, I saw this on Twitter, and this video has gone viral, and it's of your auntie basically telling black people who are homeless to go home. This is how much she doesn't know what's going on. She lives in a bubble, but she wants to make it seem like she's for the people. No, she's for herself. She's for herself. And let's get into this video.
Another location where they're taking apps. Is there any more locations than this one?
No, it might have been just so many people out here.
1 minute. I want everybody to go home. And I want
we don't got no home. Okay. That's why we here. Miss Miss Waters, get home. We gonna go too.
Yeah.
just a moment.
Just a moment.
Nothing is going to happen here today. Nothing is going to happen anymore today.
But what about these names?
What we're gonna that's what give
well, can you leave
excuse me.
Can you leave?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. And so I will be downtown with Lassa. I will get the housing authority. That's why they came out here today. I made them come out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go.
And you need to know why they're failing, because Blanca Jimenez repeated, we gave her several meeting requests for you concerning this in Lassa for years.
Well,
and now they're sitting
there's
here.
nobody in Washington who works for their people in harder than I do.
You are, y'all see how she lying? Look how she lying. Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. You haven't done nothing for those people there. You in Washington, you know, you're in that city. You know how much, listen, I love my DC people. I got family that's from Maryland, but DC's a bit of a dump in certain places. You know, you can't deny that. It's a dump, you know, and it has been for years. So you got these people who are looking to get housing and they can't. So Maxine Waters is sent out there to tell those people to go home, but they don't have no home. And the fact that you don't know that makes this even worse. Nobody briefed you on the fact that you're meeting with people that don't have a place to stay. That's how out of touch with reality these people are. You're telling homeless people to go home when you know they ain't got no home, but you don't care because you an old black woman, you's an auntie, they gonna listen to you. That's why we should stop voting for people like this. The people like this do not need to have any type of power or say so. And I will tell black people this. We tend to be very conspiracy driven. I know it's a lot of these people get on here. They talk about this is going to happen. That is going to happen. This is going to happen. We need to stop believing that one black person can fix everything. One black politician can fix everything. That's not true. That's not true at all. You have to basically do your research on politics and look at political candidates that have your best interest. You want a safer community? You might want to side with people who are not for defunding the police and are not taking a knee and, you know, all this other BS. People that actually care about the community. But the fact that you have people who continuously think they're going to get any type of help from a Maxine Waters, you're not. And I also seen where they're trying to run homeless people out of LA. They're out here trying to run, and in Los Angeles, because Los Angeles has a huge homeless problem. And I think the only reason why the governor saved his job as governor, Gavin Newsom, was because I believe he may have promised people that he was going to fix the homelessness problem, but you're fixing it by kicking those people out. But where are they gonna go? You already bringing in the influx of immigrants or migrants, not only from the southern border, but from Ukraine. You got a lot of displaced people over here because America, one, don't know how to mind its business. We already got people over here who are struggling. But here you got Maxine Waters, who was sent to make y'all believe that she can get something done. See, the thing about Maxine Waters and why I don't believe in people like her is because people like her, they tend to do what they're told more than you think they do, because she has other people that she works with And when it comes to black people, they send her.
I believe.
These old heads gotta go.
Thank you, B friends. Appreciate that, man.
I don't want to hear that.
I believe you. So can we finish though? Work with me.
No.
Work with me so we can house people. That's what I'm doing.
I do every day.
What you do every day? I'm still on the damn
the
street.
money that you got
She's sitting
at
there, she
the
doesn't care about
in Washington, D.C. I will continue to work. I will get the information. No more about you today.
Okay, I may have been confused. This is not in D.C. Well, my comments still stay on D.C. But I believe this was in Los Angeles, right? Was this in Los Angeles? But there's still problems with homelessness everywhere. Like, I seen a YouTube channel where it's about homelessness in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But y'all not going to get nothing out of this person. They're too busy putting money in their pockets, living in $7 million homes.
Wilson. Did they move another location where they're taking abs? Is there any more locations than this one?
It might have been. There's so many people out here.
1 minute. I want everybody to go home. And I want
We don't got no home. Okay. That's why we here. Miss McKinney, Miss Waters, get home we gonna go to.
just a moment.
It might have been
Just a moment. Nothing is going to happen here today. Nothing is going to happen anymore today.
What about
But
all these names?
what we're gonna
Telephone
that's
numbers
what
that
give
Well, can you leave mine?
excuse me.
Can you leave?
That's why I'm
you need to
here.
work with me.
That's why I'm here.
Somebody said they used to work with her. You see all those black women? I want y'all to look at this. Look at all these black women. Look at all these black women. And I'm sure those women have children. And they are homeless. And y'all think that this angry old bird is going to help y'all find housing? This woman probably has forgotten what she did 2 or 3 days ago. What's good, Bronx? Make sure y'all like the stream, man.
She wild and Jaye. That's just like when white people say to blacks, if you don't like American, go back to your home country. Bish what face with rolling eyes.
Appreciate it, man. Talking about going home. They ain't got no home. And look at all these sisters. Look at these black women. Look at all these black women. I told y'all, no, I didn't, but people were telling y'all winter was coming, but we didn't know that winter was gonna go into the spring as well. There's a lot of black women out there that are homeless. You know what I'm saying? Straight up homeless. She don't care. She don't care about that either, but she will virtue signal to you black women. Like she's Auntie Maxine, but Auntie Maxine don't care about homeless black women. She could care less about that.
Excuse me. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. And so I will be downtown with Lassa. I will get the housing authority. That's why they came out here today.
Yeah, that's in Los Angeles, man. It's gonna be tough to get anything done for homeless people in Los Angeles, man. I'm telling you.
I made them come out here. And I'm going to go.
And you need to know why they're failing, because Blanca Jimenez repeated, we gave her several meeting requests for you concerning this in Lassa for years. And now they're sitting
There's
here.
nobody in Washington who works for their people in harder than I do.
You don't work for the people. Listen, look at here, this lying heifer, this lying elderly heifer talking about how she's working for the people. No, you're not. You're full of it. You're not helping nobody but yourself, Maxine. And we all know this. You helping yourself to what you can get. You're not helping those people in Los Angeles. That's why they're all out there. And those are black people. Those are your people. Those are your people, Maxine. Look at all those women back there. You don't care about them. So when they try to put this heifer on TV like we're supposed to acknowledge her greatness, no, she's a failure. Like, I would say the same thing about the rest of these Democratic politicians. A lot of these guys are failure.
I believe you.
I don't want to hear that.
I believe you. So can we finish though? Work with me.
No.
Work with me so we can house people. That's what
I do every day.
What you do every day? I'm still on the damn
the
street.
money that you got in Washington, D.C. I will continue to work. I will get the information. There are no more vouchers today.
There were never no vouchers.
I think they showed up thinking that there was going to be vouchers. People, stop voting for the Democratic Party. They will tell you whatever they want to tell you just so they can get elected. They will tell you anything. They'll tell you Jesus is coming. All right? They'll tell you we'll give you reparations too if it got them elected. They will tell you whatever a lot of you melanated people want to hear in order to maintain the power that they have. That's why you have to stop listening to these people. They don't care about you. You're just a vote. Every 4 years, they show a little bit of compassion for you, but that's about it. And then they send Maxine Waters out there because she's the mouthpiece. She's the mouthpiece to black people. She's like the ambassador to black people. That's what Maxine Waters is. She is the ambassador to black people. Whenever they need somebody to go out there and say something, they send Maxine Waters out there. We need to stop believing in this party. But y'all believe in it because because y'all see the Democratic Party as the party for black women. Let's be real. Because you see a lot of black people tied to the Democratic Party. And they see a lot of policies that that benefits them as far as all of these social programs. But that's starting to change. Now you got people who can't make any money and can't get any housing, who are stuck in these like, I would never live in Los Angeles. Let's be real, especially the way it is, and the way that the cost of living there too. You know, like, who would want to be there? Like, really, who would want to be there? They want to be a sanctuary city. You really would have to love that city or be thriving there to want to stay there. And this is no slight to the people there, but just look at this video, and that's just a little bit of the major issues that are going on there. You got all these black people, all these black women showing up thinking that they're going to get housing vouchers. But Maxine Waters was sent there to bring these Negroes to heal, to bring you melanated people to heal. And a lot of them are women. Look at all those women out there. If you a black male, you know you're not getting nothing.
Wilson. Did they move another location where they're taking abs? Is there any more locations than this one?
It might have been just so many people out here.
1 minute. I want everybody to go home. And I want
We don't got no home. Okay. That's why we here. Miss Miss Waters, get home. We gonna go too. Home. Okay. That's why we here. Miss
She thought that was funny. Yo, she thought that was funny. Wow. Look at her laughing about that. She thought that was funny. She thought it was funny that she said they don't have no home. She thought that was a joke. This is how they feel about you. She's laughing at this woman saying she doesn't have a home. That's funny to her. That's funny to her. She's laughing at that. You're supposed to be, listen, we all have moments where we laugh at things that we shouldn't laugh at. But you're in a crowd full of people who want you to help them. But you're like, I ain't gonna lie, that's fun. No, man, it's like, and then she looked back like, yeah, you laughing in these people's face. But they're looking to you for answers. And you're laughing in their face. You know those people don't got a place to go.
Okay. That's why we here. Miss Waters, get home. We gonna go too.
Just a moment.
Just a moment.
Nothing is going to happen here today. Nothing is going to happen anymore today. But
these names.
What we gonna? Well, that's what give.
Well, can you see mine?
Excuse me.
Can you leave?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. And so I will be downtown with Lassa. I will get the housing authority. That's why they came out here today. I made them come out here. And I'm going to go.
Slap and more on picking politicians who know how to do their job and are not corrupt angry.
Appreciate that.
Jimenez repeated, we gave her several meeting requests for you concerning this in Lassa for years.
And now there's nobody in Washington who works for their people in a harder than I do.
I believe you.
I don't want to hear that.
I believe you. So can we finish though? Work with me.
No.
Work with me so we can house people. That's what I
do every day.
What you do every day? I'm still on a damn street.
The money that you got in Washington, D.C. I will continue to work. I will get the information. There's no more vouchers today.
There were never no vouchers.
Yeah, there was never no vouchers. What you thought? What you thought this was? What you think they sent there to help you? What you think they're there to help you? They ain't there to help you. They're there to tell you melanated people to go home, even though you ain't got no home. Go to your space wherever you is on the street. Go to that space. Don't come here. We don't need all y'all in front of this building now. We need y'all out of here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, or we gonna have to call the police. You know, because that's what she talking about. She ready to call the police on y'all. That's why they sent her out there. Like, listen, we're going to send the police out there.
The people of the community are gonna, community. SMH.
All right, Zeke. Appreciate it, man.
We shouldn't listen to the government, period. It don't matter what branch this country was built on deception.
Appreciate it. We should listen to the truth. We should do research. We don't do no research. That's why we don't know anything. Because we don't do research. We believe what they tell us. Stop looking at the mainstream news outlets and actually go to find alternative, independent news. That's where the best news is at. Go there. That's your best bet. Is to go there. Yeah, Paris, I am on earlier than normal because usually I wouldn't go live about 10 o'clock. But I said, why not? But we got to talk about these homeless black women and why women like Maxine Waters don't care about them. And by the way, I would say the same thing about other politicians, right? Other black politicians that don't do anything. You know, I know one in particular by the name of James Clyburn. James or Jim Clyburn. You know, he's been there a long time, but I could say this, though. He doesn't operate rundown areas. I will say that. You know, they have revitalized certain areas where James Clyburn resides over, but it still ain't enough to really get the people working and doing more for adding more programs to the area. He's there to, you know, again, collect the check, but he ain't as, I would say James is not the best, but he ain't as bad as Maxine Waters. Okay. You will never see James Clyburn doing this. Okay. Stand in front of a group of people, just telling them to go home when they're homeless. You know, I just think Maxine is not I believe she has some smarts, but she's not as smart as she thinks she is.
Maxine is part of the elites who don't give a damn.
Right.
Another location where they're taking abs. Is there any more locations than this one?
No, it might have been just so many people out here.
1 minute. I want everybody to go home. And I want
we don't got no.
Let's get from in front of those white people's buildings. Get from in front of them Caucasians buildings. Why are y'all standing out here? Y'all need to leave.
Home. Okay. That's why we here. Miss Miss Waters, get home. We gonna go too.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Just a moment. Nothing is going to happen here today. Nothing is going to happen anymore today.
So what about these names?
What we're gonna? Well, that's what give.
Well, can you see mine?
Excuse me. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. And so I will be downtown with Lassa. I will get the housing authority. That's why they came out here today. I made them come out here. And I'm going to go.
And you need to know why they're failing, because Blanca Jimenez repeated, we gave her several meeting requests for you concerning this in Lassa for years. And now they're sitting here.
There's nobody in Washington who works for their people in a harder than I do.
Oh, you do? Well, that's what about your district? Are you working hard for those people? Because I don't think so.
This is why a lot of brothers stop voting.
Appreciate that. Yeah, and why they're either stop voting or they're voting for a different party. I think we need to keep our options open. Always keep your options open. And also, vote for your interests. Don't vote because somebody's black. Even though you may think that because she black and you black, that y'all have something in common, y'all have nothing in common. Nothing that you think that you have in common. Make sure y'all like the stream, man.
Watching the news is irrelevant. We as blacks need to build something and fix our own problems.
Thanks, Thaddeus. But see, the thing is, Thaddeus, we don't build anything. We just complain. We don't really know how to. We don't have the work ethic to build anything. We don't have the work ethic to build anything. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, how long was we going to wait for somebody to build something without people just being individuals and building something for themselves that grows? Y'all still want the 10% to come and help you? The 10% ain't never coming. I know some of y'all ain't going to like this, but no culture builds something completely off on their own. They become part of the system. And I know a lot of you don't want to hear that, but that's how Jews did it. That's how Asians are doing it. They're not building something completely on their own unless you're talking about China. But I'm talking about here in America. You have to have people in power that have your best interests at heart. We don't have that because we support people that don't have our best interests at heart. And they happen to look like us. Or Indians too. You got Indians and Middle Easterners who come over here and they buy up gas stations. People love to talk about, well, they told me they got some type of money, some type of loan or something. I'm like, do you know how many black women get approved for loans every year and they brag about it? Why aren't they getting loans to own gas stations and instead of allowing the Indians to do it? You know?
I don't want to hear that.
I believe you. So can we finish though?
No.
Work with me.
No.
Work with me so we can house people.
This melanated woman has to beg her to say, come work with me. Come work with me. That's what she's telling her. Come work with you. She don't care. She's there to tell y'all to go home. She telling y'all to go home. She don't want to work with you, but you have this woman begging her. This black woman is begging Maxine Waters to help. Maxine Waters like, I'm just here to tell you, I'm just a messenger. I'm here to tell you to go home.
That's what I do every day.
What you do every day? I'm still on the damn street.
The money that you got in Washington, D.C. I will continue to work. I will get it. I'm no more about you today.
They would never know about you.
That's a damn shame, man. It really is. Now, I want to show y'all the other side of the housing situation. There's a video I came across of a landlord that is now homeless. This landlord is now homeless. due to people not paying their rent. Now, I will say this, though. These people, these landlords, a lot of them get paid or can only pay their bills based off of tenants paying their rent, right? This happened the other story with Auntie Maxine, that was in Los Angeles, I believe.
And tonight, we've learned a shocking number from the Treasury Department. Nearly 90% of the almost $50 billion allocated by Congress for rental assistance has not been distributed. Now, that money is meant for landlords whose tenants have stopped paying rent and cannot be evicted during the pandemic.
I'm telling y'all, man, that a lot of people quit their jobs because they didn't have to pay rent. And this is still going on. People are still not paying. Now, you got some states that are allowing landlords to keep people out. But you got landlords that they depend on that rent money. Their full-time job is to be a landlord. A lot of these people have bought property just to rent it out. They put so much of their money into it. And what happened with the CV pandemic is that they weren't getting paid for almost 2 years. From the start of 2020 to 2021, going to 2022, a lot of them still weren't getting paid. And the monies that they were supposed to be given weren't given to them. So this is the occurrence that happens.
CBS's Mola Lenghi reports in depth on the consequences for landlords in America's eviction crisis.
Brandy Lacasse has been waiting on rent for nearly a year.
I've cried many nights, like thinking, where's my money?
Lacasse owns 3 properties in upstate New York, but the single mother and Air Force veteran is functionally homeless after falling on some hard times. Lacasse says after notifying tenants they had to move out so she could move in, they simply stopped paying and stayed put. She and her daughter have been living out of her car and staying with friends. Despite more than $23,000 in unpaid rent, Lacasse can't force her tenants out because of state and federal moratoriums on evictions.
I don't understand how they can give my private property to somebody to live for free.
You know what I would do? I would sell that property if I could. I would see if I could sell that property. It might be difficult if they feel like they can't get, their money back for whoever would buy it. But, this to me, now there could be different reasons as to, the handling of this. Maybe there weren't paperwork filed or anything like that. I don't know. But if you own property, you should not have people living rent-free in your place because they're going to get used to it. They're going to get used to it.
I bought that property. I fixed it up with my blood, sweat, and tears.
The policies were meant to protect vulnerable renters during the pandemic, but some property owners say they have become collateral damage.
One thing that's very clear is we have no housing safety net.
Vincent Reyna, a housing policy expert and professor at the University of Pennsylvania, co-authored a new report showing that nearly 10% of landlords around the country collected less than half of their rent in 2020. Small landlords owning fewer than 6 units were most affected.
We're forcing low-income households and owners to essentially bear the cost of that in this current moment. And that's unfair to both parties.
I feel bad that I have not been able to pay her.
Carla MacArthur is Lacasse's tenant. With child care costs for her daughter and an autistic son, she says she can't pay rent.
We've gone from 2 incomes. I have had COVID-19 twice. My kids all have had it once. My husband's had it once. We've been affected by the virus.
MacArthur has been approved for rent relief in New York, but the state hasn't paid Lacasse yet. So far, New York has sent about 8% of its federal allotment.
So where's that money going, New York?
Hey,
New York.
In relief dollars.
Where's that money going? New York. Hello? New York. Where did that federal money go? I wonder where that federal money went. New York. New York, where did those people's money go? New York? Where that money went? Where that money went, New York? Where's that $2.6 billion at? Because we know why you're not paying those people. And I'm not about to make any assumptions, but the fact that you got that money, which was probably by the Trump administration, because I don't know if the Biden administration sent that, unless they have a date. But 2.6 billion should have went to the people. But it seems to me that the reason why 8% they got sent out is because they probably weren't intending on paying everybody that money. So where'd the money go? And why aren't the politicians, especially in that state, saying anything? AOC, the rest of those people in New York, Chuck Schumer.
Directly to landlords.
I'm not sure what she may do when the moratorium's lifted. That's what I'm afraid of being homeless.
I would throw every last one of y'all out as soon as, listen, you had 2 years to work and save money because you haven't been paying. You shouldn't have been quitting your jobs, because I'm pretty sure people quitting their job because so many places are hiring. They got so many places hiring. You could go out there and get a job. You can get 2 jobs. You can't just sit up in those people's property rent free. And the fact that the state won't release the money to the landlords like they should, then you need to be blaming the state and not the person that's going to put you out. Because eventually that woman is going to put you out.
2 families trying to avoid the same fate.
I invested in these properties never thinking I wouldn't have a place to live.
On opposite sides of a looming crisis.
I just want my house. That's it. I just want my house.
Mola Lenghi, CBS News, New York.
See, that's the thing that you don't plan for, man. But that's the other side of this, man. That's the other side that people don't see. Is that the landlords are going to suffer as well, because a lot of those landlords ain't rich. They may own a few properties, but they're living off the money you pay them each month. And they put so much of their money into it, they're already operating not at, financially at the best capacity. So it's always a gamble, but nobody saw the CV-19 hitting in 2020. Nobody saw that coming. But the state should do a better job distributing that money, and it needs to be more of a fuss made about it. Instead of us talking about sending money to Ukraine, we need to be making sure that these landlords are getting their money so these tenants don't get put out on their ass. Because that's what's going to happen. If those landlords aren't, because I've seen videos of landlords, evicting people on the spot that owed them money. And now because they've lifted some type of restriction on evicting people, some of these states they've lifted that. And I want to tell people this. There's a lot of places that are hiring, so there's absolutely no excuse why you can't pay your bills and why you haven't been saving money. But so many people in 2020 and 2021 quit their jobs just to sit at home and not have to pay no rent, instead of working and saving money, because the day is going to come where you're going to have to pay rent or you're going to have to leave. You can't just sit up in people's property rent free. Like, that's arrogance to think that you can live in somebody's place rent free. It's very arrogant to believe you can do that. And then when they come to evict you, you're somewhere looking crazy. We more concerned about Ukraine instead of the issues that we have here in the United States. We have such an issue here, but we're concerned ourselves with another country. Ukraine ain't got nothing to do with us. Why should we care about what's going on over there? That's family business over there. Okay? That's family business. Why should we care about that? But see, that's what happens when the lamestream media pushes narratives to make you care about what they want you to care about. They want to distract you from the fact that pretty soon they're going to allow those landlords to start putting you people out. That's what's going to happen. And people like Maxine Waters are not here to help you. They're not your friends. They don't care. They really don't care. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. With this auntie BS. This woman is as fake as a $2 bill. Just goofy. Just old and goofy. And she does look like James Brown. She's a complete goofy, man. Complete and utter goofy. It's crazy, man. And I want y'all to understand that things are bad, but it can only get worse due to us pushing narratives about race and how race got something to do with this or race. No, look at your politicians that don't care about your well-being. They don't care whether you're homeless or not. It doesn't matter. Yo, let me tell you about this this crazy story I came across, man. Let's see. This is sad, and this is sick and sad at the same time, man. Say $2 bills exist? Well, faker than a $3 bill then. A $3 bill and a $5 coin. Now somebody gonna tell me a $5 coin is this. Florida woman told to stop panhandling. This woman here told to stop panhandling, sets gas station clerk on fire. When I tell you these women are crazy, I mean it. You got this weirdo. Look at this woman. Look how weird this woman is. This woman look crazy as hell. Look at her. Panhandling in front of a gas station. You can't do that, but you can't tell these heifers nothing. You can't tell these heifers that they cannot panhandle in front of a store. They're panhandling in front of a store. You cannot panhandle in front of a store. But tell her that. Tell her that. A homeless woman told not to panhandle outside a Florida gas station doused a clerk with gasoline and set her on fire. Sheriff officials said Betty Jean McFadden, who's 30, was charged with attempted murder in the gruesome attack at a Circle K gas station in Pensacola, where she was told earlier Wednesday to leave, according to the Escambia County Sheriff's Office. McFadden left, but returned at about 1 p.m. Wednesday with a gas can and attacked the female clerk by dousing her with fuel. She panhandled before throwing matches at her and setting her on fire. This one must have been light-skinned. I can already see it. I'm telling you, man, these women are starting to lose their minds. These women are starting to lose their minds. They really are. How can you defend this? Like, seriously, I know somebody's going to try to, but you can't defend this. These melanated women are losing their minds. You know what I'm saying? They are losing their minds. And when you tell people this, they claim that you're bashing. You're bashing these women. Why would you say such a thing? You're taking too many pills, too many red pills. Are you one of those MGTOWs? You just hate women. You're an incel. You can't get one. Even though the majority of these people who say these things probably had a shitty upbringing because of their mother. But when they grow up, all is forgiven, right? All is forgiven, right? I've seen people panhandling at stores when I've gone in there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be in front of that store or your ass is getting arrested. You shouldn't be there. It don't matter if you're male or female. Obviously, you done screwed your life up. So you want to go and light this woman on fire because you didn't like how she talked to you. A second gas station employee was also burned while helping put out the flames. McFadden proceeded to calmly walk out of the gas station and was arrested a few blocks away. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victim and her family. Sheriff Chip Simmons said in a statement, "This is a senseless and practically indescribable act of cruelty," because she got off on inflicting pain on somebody else. She got off on inflicting pain on somebody else. That's what these people get off on. They get off on inflicting their pain on somebody else. And it said the clerk was a white woman. That could be seen as a racial attack. If it was a Caucasian woman, it could be seen as a racial attack. McFadden, who is listed as homeless in jail records, is being held without bond on an attempted murder charge. It is unclear if she's hired an attorney who could comment on behalf. She's basically going to have housing for the rest of, I would say, her life, right? Maybe that's what she wanted. She's going to be able to sit and have a cell. She's going to have a bed. She's going to get 3 meals a day. She's going to be able to watch TV. She ain't going to be homeless no more. But she ruined one woman's life and almost ruined another person's life because you can't tell these black women nothing. Or they're going to get payback. They got to get some get back. And their get back is going to be very brutal. It's going to be very brutal. And the Escambia County Sheriff's Office spokeswoman told the Post that she could not provide an update on the victim's condition early Thursday, citing privacy laws. We know she suffered life-threatening injuries.
Walked away calmly. Goddamn.
Yeah, she did. Appreciate that, Travis. Yeah, walked away calmly. Mental illness, man. Citing privacy laws. We know she suffered life-threatening injuries. The spokeswoman, Amber Southland, wrote in an email. The female clerk, who has not been identified, had horrific burns and was rushed to a hospital. She ran from McFadden after she was doused in gasoline, Simmons told the Pensacola News Journal. Multiple witnesses saw the grisly attack and used clothes and water inside the gas station to extinguish the flames. Second clerk was also hospitalized. McFadden did not say anything to the woman she doused with gasoline prior to the attack. Of course she isn't. Probably has zero social skills. And these are the people that y'all fight, that you simps are fighting so hard on social media for. Adrian said, I sent you an article regarding clerk. Oh, you did, Adrian? I'm going to check it out on, let me see. Because listen, man. We need to call out the sick behavior in the black community. Y'all want to mask it and hide it like ain't nothing going on. We got a heavy mental illness problem. Oh, hold up. Let me pull this up. Oh, he sent me the article. Sent me the article. Hold on. Hold up. Let me go to the IG real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Give me a second. Nah, I think she might have known that woman before. Not to say that they knew each other, but shout out to Adrian for sending this to me. Right when I'm live, because sometimes when I'm live, people send me articles, I don't get to see it. Okay, I got it. Okay. Let me share this. This is her. This is her right here.
Yeah, Sue, we're actually here live outside the gas station where it actually happened here in Pensacola. And as you can see behind me, the doors and the windows of the gas station are boarded up at this point, and the gas station itself is surrounded by caution tape, and there's actually a security guard that's watching the property. But yeah, I spoke to a good friend of Joey's and her family who are still just in shock as to what happened. These are some of the pictures Jody Jones has of her best friend, 37-year-old Joey Helmick. What's her best trait?
Her best trait?
Yeah.
Her personality. She's very sweet.
Shout out to Bronx Side with the cash out. It's a lovely evening, Sir Jay. Thank you, Bronx. Appreciate that. But this is a friend of the victim.
And outgoing person.
The sheriff's office.
Okay, Caleb says that more articles says she and the clerk knew each other. She'd have to know that woman to do that.
Says 30-year-old Betty McFadden doused Joey in gasoline and then lit her on fire at the place where she worked, the Circle K in Pensacola. Family says Joey suffered severe burns and is now being treated at the USA Burn Center.
I was in shock. I really couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, I didn't have any words at that point. I was totally shocked.
Joey's family releasing a statement saying, in part, we are overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and support from the community and from the team at Circle K, who have been amazing. We ask that you please continue to keep our family in your prayers.
Everybody's just, praying for the best right now. There's still questionable things, and there will be over the next couple of days. She is stable yet critical at the same time. So, we're just asking that people continue to pray for her healing.
Jody says she's now helping to support and comfort Joey's 2 children, a son who's 11 and a daughter who's 18. She hopes justice will be served in this case.
I hope that, she gets what.
This is a crazy looking heifer. God, she's crazy looking. Probably jealous of that white woman. She's seeing all them brothers going on there, trying to holler at her. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, flirting with her, and she's panhandling. They not even looking in her direction.
She deserves for what she did, and I'll leave it at that. I don't wish bad on people, but I mean, that's very evil.
Hold on, let's see. There's pictures of her here. All right. That's her again. It's her right there. This is a crazy story, man. And again, y'all, I got sent this article live. There might have been some jealousy there, man. You don't just douse nobody in gasoline unless you've known them or have maybe a prior history. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it was a Caucasian man that had told this black woman to go away, maybe she would have went away. Maybe she would have went away. Yo, this story is absolutely crazy, though. This story is absolutely crazy, man. This story is absolutely crazy. Family identified Circle K store clerk who was set on fire Wednesday. Joy Helmick, who was 37, confirmed by family to Channel 3 to be the woman who was set on fire at the Circle K on Massachusetts Avenue. Joy is a mother of 2.
Jody took her man. That's why she did it sleepy.
Might have been. Maybe panhandling was a scheme. It was all a scheme, And they sent this statement here. The sheriff's office said a 30-year-old Betty McFadden doused Joy in gasoline and then lit her on fire at Circle K she worked at in Pensacola Wednesday. Sheriff Chip Simmons said she suffered severe life-threatening injuries. A second employee was hospitalized with minor burns after trying to help the clerk. A woman has been arrested following the incident. Betty McFadden was told not to panhandle outside the service station, according to the Escambia County Sheriff's Office. She then left to retrieve a gas can. Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Darrell. Yeah. According to Escambia County Sheriff's Office, she then left to retrieve a gas can and brought it back to the service station, doused a clerk in gas, throwing a match and setting her on fire. Disgusting. I told y'all, these females who do stuff like this have a deep mental issue, man. You can't walk away. You gotta douse somebody in fire. That's crazy. But you can't check these women. You can't tell these women, hey, don't panhandle in front of this store. But maybe a Caucasian man should have done it, because Caucasian men can calm these melanated females down sometimes, most times. You know what I'm saying? But you got this, this Caucasian woman who, I'm not going to say that she may or may not like this or that. I mean, you just never know. Who may get more attention than she does. She's out there panhandling. She's seeing these men come in there and they're flirting with this woman. She's probably a very nice woman. You know what I'm saying? Very easy to talk to when you go into a store, right? So, she's feeling some type of way. She has to panhandle. Ain't nobody looking in her direction. No one cares, right? So she does this to this woman. And she planned to do this. This is premeditated. Channel 3 spoke to the Joy family and one of her friends over the phone Thursday. They say they're still in shock about what happened and are trying to provide support and comfort to her two children, who's 11 and 18. The friends said that they don't wish bad on anybody, but, why even do this? Why even do this? You're panhandling. You should not even be there. Why are you there panhandling? I mean, it's so easy for these women to get careers and to get jobs. I just talked about getting loans. They make it so easy for these women to succeed. And you're still failing in a society that wants you to win. They want you to do better than us as melanated men. And you still can't succeed. You still can't do it. You still can't do it. I'll tell you right now, if I had seen this, if I would have seen this goofy looking greasy heifer panhandle, I would have walked right past her. I walked right past her. Man, you get out of my face. Give you no money. The way society has been built to elevate you, you need to go out there and succeed. And she was mad nobody was giving her no money. I mean, look at you. You look crazy. So, no, you don't deserve to get any free money from nobody. That's a fact. That woman told you to get from in front of that store. You got in your feels. And you said, oh, no, I'm going to get me some get back. So what you going to do? You going to set this woman on fire. Now you're going to be sitting in jail. But, maybe that's what she wanted. She have a place to stay. She have a bed to sleep on, 3 meals a day. Maybe that's what she's always wanted. These crazy heifers are losing their minds. They are losing their minds. They're losing their minds. Shout out to everybody this here. These heifers is losing it. I mean, look at what her name is. Maxine Waters been losing her mind for 10 years. You ain't getting nothing from me, you panhandler heifer. You ain't getting nothing. But that's it for me, man. That's all I have to say. Appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure you like this video and share it. This live stream and share it. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, follow me. Check out the videos I posted today. It's been cool. It's been real. But about to go ahead and call it a show. Shout out to the moderators and the channel members. You can become a channel member by joining the channel. Also, subscribe to the Patreon. Shout out to the people that support the Patreon. I do put up exclusive content over there. All right. And yeah, man, I will see y'all next time. You have a good rest of your night. And don't panhandle. See y'all next time.